guy patiently waiting, and I'm excited to have him on because he's a good buddy of mine. We've got Michael Barnes with us today. Welcome, Michael.
Good morning, Wayne. Good morning, Joe.
Hello, Michael.
He is president and co-founder of Unique Background Solutions. I met Michael when you were president of Block, Business Leaders of Charlotte.
That's right.
Which shows that he doesn't just focus on his own business. He does get involved in other things, and that's a great group. That's 6 chapters they have?
5 chapters.
5 chapters all over the greater Charlotte, North Carolina area, and he was president of that for one.
Michael, we
couple years.
got a lot of small business people listening, and one of the questions I like to ask is, how did you get here? Give us your background. Now, you don't have to go back to 1963, but just kind of give us a background how you got here.
Yeah, absolutely. So this whole venture started roughly 10 years ago, and my father and I and another gentleman started kind of out with scratch. We had 5 drug testing clients, and we decided to add the background check components and become a full-service, one-stop shop for the background screening businesses. And here we are 10 years later. We have 3 offices in North Carolina, Charlotte, Mount Airy, North Carolina, where our corporate office is located, and our newest office in Winston-Salem.
Wow, you've really expanded since last time I talked to you.
We have.
So just to make sure they understand, what you do is pre-employment screening. Is that the right way to say it?
Yes.
Background checks, drug testing, and anything else?
Yes, that's correct. However, it's not just pre-employment screening. One thing that people forget is that you can screen individuals after you hire them. So the rationale is, I'm going to do a pre-employment screening background check. I'm going to make sure they're not a criminal. I hire them, and they remain angels and never do anything wrong. No, that's not the case.
I really think we ought to do a background check on Harold and Pat and Wayne.
Well,
we have got no idea what's going on with these guys.
I have to tell you, the real reason I've been called in here today is for drug testing.
Yeah, everybody line up outside the door when this show's over.
And I think we're going to start with you, Joe.
Yeah. Well, the drug testing won't be a problem, you understand. But the background check, you might find some stuff I don't want you to know about.
It's done a lot of shady business.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, but it's more than just pre-employment. But that is the main part of our business is the pre-employment. But it ranges from criminal records to driving records to drug testing to education verifications, information that you need to make a sound hiring or firing decision. That's what we provide to businesses.
So here's the question, Michael. You know it's coming. Why do I need you? Instead, I can just go online and pay the $12 and print the report and take a look at it and say, yep, he's okay.
Yeah, that's a great question. Certainly my biggest competition is the internet. There is a lot of things that are for free out there. The problem comes with...
Well, I don't know that it's free. They suggest it's free, kind of like the coach's corner question. They suggest that it's free, but they only give you name and address for free. Then the rest, the detail comes at a cost.
Right. Yeah. So the problem comes with the Fair Credit Reporting Act, and that's the federal law that kind of governs what I do in my industry and governs what a company does when they're hiring or firing. And to understand the Fair Credit Reporting Act is to have to be a lawyer. It's difficult. So people like to partner with Unique Background Solutions because we are unique. And it goes back to your very first question that you asked in the 3-question paper you found. You have to listen to your clients before you can answer and provide a solution. And that's what we strive to do. We do not put our clients in a corner and put them in a box and say, look, this is what you have to do. We actually listen to their needs. We feel their pain, Wayne, and we design. That's right. And we design a unique program or background screening solution for them.
Is this just a big employer business? In other words, we have a lot of
clients
small...
are only big, you're saying?
Yeah.
Right. So it's a great question, and the answer is no. However, in this industry, it is volume driven. So the larger the volume, the more background checks run, obviously.
The cheaper the cost.
That's right. But we have clients that are mom and pops, and they're looking to hire their first employee. And we have clients that have over 6,000 employees, and they're running 500 to 1,000 MVRs every year.
Interesting.
So When I pick up the phone and call you, what is my pain? Why am I making that phone call? Because I got to be honest with you, I have never used a background or drug testing, and I've always felt like a lot of those things for me just didn't seem to matter as I was hiring. I know that's changing.
Right.
So what is it they're looking? I mean, are they looking for something? What is that?
So the term background check is unfortunately synonymous to criminal records, but background check is a very general term, or a very broad term, that means so many different things. There's 56 different services that we could offer, but in all actuality, there's about 12 things that people want. So when you call me, it's typically because you've been burned either by going online and paying the $12
Right.
and you got bad information, or you found yourself in some type of legal situation because you used bad information or made a bad decision and didn't follow the Fair Credit Reporting Act.
Now, that sounds familiar. Yeah. Well, no, I mean, I've had partners that I absolutely should have never thought about it, but should have done a background. I'm getting ready to partner with them on a deal, and I have no idea what their background is.
Absolutely, and it's not just companies with hiring, it's also business to business. You're going into partnership with another company. You might want to know a little bit about that business as far as their business credit goes. Even with running a business owner profile, you'll get a credit check on the owner of that company as well as a kind of a snapshot of the health of that business.
So you ran Wayne and I before you got here today, so you know Wayne's
Absolutely.
weaknesses.
Actually, I was just going to say I should have had you check, Joe, before I
Absolutely.
agreed to partner with you on this show.
Well, I'm going to use that information that I do have
you
with
go.
leverage on sponsoring here at the radio station. So.
There we go. There we go. You know, although Joe probably interested
sir.
more in digging into your background, but I'm just dying to ask some questions around the fact that, you know, the regulatory environment, the FCRA, I guess is what you call it. I mean, there's got to be a lot of changes there and a lot of constraint on how people can use this. And then, of course, the big question is, you know, I know you probably test for marijuana, and now you've got states where that's even legal. And how are they now? Not North Carolina yet.
Not yet.
But you know, do you know how they're handling that situation?
Yeah, so the Fair Credit Reporting Act, the biggest thing I can say where the changes are coming from are the fact that individuals are now understanding the law. They know the law's there. So now they're using that law, sometimes for the right reasons, protecting their civil liberties, but other times it's for the wrong reasons. And with any law, you have lawyers that want to profit off of mistakes that people make, right?
No.
So they're called ambulance chasers. But in this case, more and more people are understanding the law, so they now know what type of questions to ask. So it's putting more pressure on the employers to make the right decisions. As far as drug testing and the you know, there's 4 states and the District of Columbia where marijuana is legal recreationally, and we have 24 states that have marijuana as medicinal purposes. So one thing you have to remember, it's still a federal law to not smoke marijuana. So it's against the law federally. It's these individual states that have enacted these laws to use it recreationally, and the feds have not stepped across that border yet. So any company has the right to drug test. Your private company has the right to drug test anybody. And you could say, look, I've got a company here, and I don't want you to drink alcohol. We don't want anybody that drinks alcohol in our company. You could do that, but what you do is you shrink your talent pool.
Sure.
So that's what these companies are doing. If they're not testing for marijuana, or if they are testing for marijuana, they're going to shrink their talent pool because the idea is more people are probably smoking marijuana legally. So it really, for me, it should increase business. So I'm fine with the law.
Interesting.
That is interesting. Talk a little bit, Michael, about the way you market your business, how you go out after clients, because it sounds like it really is from the small business person all the way up to the large, 1,500 employer.
Right. So what I try to do is find local business shows in the various regions, and I do a circuit where I travel around and get interviewed on these Friday morning talk shows. That seems to be working the best.
Great idea.
We as a company, we really, and I hope I don't get a ding on this, but we don't have a marketing
Only one
budget.
gets a ding around here is me.
We've taken the grassroots approach. My marketing program is through networking, and Charlotte has been fantastic for us. I've sunk my claws into two main areas: one, the Charlotte Chamber of Commerce, and then also business leaders of Charlotte. Mm-hmm. And my method is referral based. You can't get a better advertisement than a referral. And that's where our business has grown, is from referrals. And every day when people call in and ask questions about our services, we've now gotten to the point where we say, "Now, how'd you hear about us?" And inevitably, it's always one of your clients said that we need to give you a call. They really like working with you. So that's been the best thing we do. I've made a couple of brochures. I've hired some folks to help us make brochures and have the right product sheets and website, because all those things are important. But as far as a marketing program, we like the referral-based method.
Can you kind of go through some of the services that you have? Because by listing those, it will kind of let us small business people think about where we might fit into that.
Right. So, again, most common are criminal records. That's at the county level, state level, federal level.
Can you pull one of those on Wayne right now?
Yeah, let me get my phone out real quick.
If you could do that for Wayne and also for Pat, because listen, Pat is too nice of a guy. He's got some history, I guarantee you.
Yeah, you can tell by looking at his eyes. Which we're doing right now.
I thought it was the smell, but
I liked it. You're not going to get invited back, but I liked it.
So obviously drug testing, and that most of the drug testing we do is urine based, but hair follicle is also a popular test. It's becoming less expensive now, so it's becoming more popular because of not being able to adulterate a hair sample. And then motor vehicle reports, education verifications, SSN validations.
What is that?
Social Security number validations.
Oh, okay.
That's a type of product that you can use to determine if someone is who they say they are versus E-Verify, which is E-Verify's post-hire. This SSN validation is a pre-hire, so you can do it before you offer employment.
Now, you've got competition in this business.
Oh, yeah.
Most assuredly. So why are you better than your competition?
That's a great question. I think it starts with our name, Unique Background Solutions. And it truly goes to listening to our clients. I'm a former teacher, and I like to educate folks. And I've learned that's where I really find enjoyment in my business, is being able to meet with potential clients, educating them on the background check industry, the Fair Credit Reporting Act, and then building a solution around their pain. And it's been a great method for us. It's what makes us stand out. Not to mention, the nonprofit sector is huge for us, and we've built some pretty cool technology that allows volunteers to input their data themselves instead of the organization, and they can also pay for the background check themselves. So it saves the organization lots of money.
And I like that, so that not everybody in an organization has to know my information. Just the person that says yes or no, or good or bad,
That's right.
or whatever that is.
That's right. That's exactly right.
I just got a text from a girl that's been working with me for a while. She said, FYI, just in case you wanted to know, I didn't get convicted of that. Julie, I'm getting that test. I'm telling you right now.
People get a little sensitive. When we
Yeah,
talk
I know. Let's talk a little bit about the economy, because you're kind of on the front line of this. Can you talk a little bit about how what it is you do affects hiring and what direction that's going, what the future looks like?
Right. So when we started this business 10 years ago, as we all know, it was on the front steps of the Great Recession. And so 2008, 2009, 2010, we stayed kind of flat. But in the past 4 years, we have seen a major increase in hiring. So to me, that says companies are hiring again.
Yeah, it's
and
good to hear.
It is, and it's been a big shift into the staffing agencies again. Our largest clients, the most volume we see right now, are through the staffing agencies. So it's right now. I see that it's going to be a good future for
I like
for
to
the
hear that.
foreseeable. Yeah, and we just keep those hiring coming.